Hello everyone, how you doing? Hope you're doing fine wherever you are. Welcome to the channel. I'm Ken and I'm coming live from our village, and it's very sunny. It's a rainy season which has just started, and for the for the most part of today, actually in the morning we went to the farm a little bit far away from home, and we came back I think around 10. So it was cloudy, and so now it's around 4 in the evening, and the sun has really come out very strong. And I was just walking in the compound and I saw my youngest brother. So I usually call him, so he's sunbasking because, as I've said, the sun has come out. So he's sunbasking just here. So I'm calling him my youngest brother because he's the youngest calf that was delivered. If one is born, maybe tomorrow, he will stop being my youngest brother. Yeah. So with me, I have my bags of my planting bags, as well as this is my power bank. Yeah. So I was listening to my Bluetooth speaker, and because I've said it has been really raining, we are in the rainy season. My mom was planting some kales because this is the second time she's in the farm planting kales. So because she doesn't want to be bored, she asked for my Bluetooth speaker so that she can listen to songs. And by the time he was asking for it, the battery was low, so I know anytime from now it's gonna go off. So that's why I'm carrying a power bank to connect, so that she can listen to the songs as she works. So she's over there, she's working together with my sister, my younger sister. I don't know whether you guys can see her, but that's where we are going. And because the sun has come out, it seems it's not going to rain today. And usually it rains in the afternoon, and I don't have to water my trees, my pine trees. Yeah. So I brought water prior. Actually, I usually just, it's so shiny, you guys are not able to see me, so I usually just bring water close to them, so in any case it doesn't rain, I water them. So this is our small gate to the kitchen, not chicken. So my younger sister is just from school. What are you doing in the farm?
I am helping my mother.
To do what?
To plant
What?
canes.
Okay?
Canes.
Not canes. Kales. Kale. L. Yeah. So I'm gonna connect the power bank. But before we do that, let me show you how my small trees are doing. See how this one, they are really growing. They are so healthy. See how they are. This one is almost this one is almost 5 centimeters tall. You see how this is the stem, this one is 4 point something. So I'm happy they are growing, and maybe in the next few, let me put this bag over here. So this is where these are my water cans together with that one. So this is my compost soil. If you look at it, so I added the black one is the compost soil. You see, it's under the red one. So this red one I just added on top of it. The red soil is usually fertile, so I carried I brought one wheelbarrow of black compost soil I made, then went for the red soil, so I brought 2 wheelbarrows of red soil. So I'm gonna mix them and start putting them on bags so that I can plant some more trees. I've planted almost I think 130 to 140 trees. I've never really counted them, but if I approximate, they are in that range. And I'm only left with, meaning I'm left with 60 to 50 bags which I haven't used. They are over here. So these are them. I know once I finish them, I'm supposed to go and add probably 2 or 3 bags. Each bag contains 100 pieces of planting bags. So I just bought that one. That I bought actually 2 bags which contain 200 bags. So I was estimating once I finish them is when I go for the next batch. So my mom is listening to radio, which later
erokamana ahinya.
they don't copyright
Chunya
names.
kombo mondo mi wabomba kanie kanyakla jonyo na kama intiere ni oseyudore ni ng'eny joma chuo
So that one there will do.
maloyo joma mine.
I hope they don't copyright it. Yeah, so they're over here planting kales. So this. Siku hizi unajua kulima. Lima basi. So this one is for manure, mostly chicken poop and sheep poop. So once you dig a hole like this, you pour. It's like planting them with manure so that they grow faster. So that's usually how we do it, so that they can grow as fast as possible. Then later on do top dressing, which I usually do. I usually bring heaps of manure, then place on the farm as much as possible. Then after that is now just plowing. Yeah, so it's very, I think living in the village is the most peaceful thing anyone can do, because personally I was born in the village, did my primary school in the village, then my high school I went to another county. It's like another state. So I went to another state, then my campus I also went to another state, but my campus was in the city. So if I compare the life in the city is a little bit very fast. People live fast life in the city, but in the village it's very slow, it's very peaceful, it's very cool, and there are less activities to do, so you have enough time to relax, because people mainly work a lot during the planting season and the harvesting season. So between those two, because also once you harvest there's no work, once you plant it's only plowing, which will usually take only days. So the life in the village is so slow, so easy, so peaceful. And you know, someone asked I know it differs from country to country. Over here you can have a piece of land and don't pay any land rates, although the government tried that. I think it was like last year. You know, we don't pay land rates on our lands, so the government tried to bring the taxes where people pay annual land rates. It happens in the cities and also in the town centers, but now the government was trying to bring it in the villages. You know, in Africa very few people understand how it works. If we go now to my grandma, you know, my grandma is she's old, she's almost in I think mid 80s, because even if I ask her age, she doesn't know. and she only speaks one language, which is a mother tongue. She doesn't know any language. That means she never got an opportunity to learn more languages. But if we go to her and tell her now she has to pay some money so that she can keep her land, which she has been keeping and not paying anything since she started using the land, I think she'll be very confused, and maybe she'll think that you're trying to steal her land. So that's why if you now bring that agenda of maybe paying land rates in the village, they'll automatically start thinking that you're trying to steal their land. So that's why people even demonstrated and said they can't do that, which I think is fairly good and fairly bad. I know it's different from other countries, I mean, because if you pay land rate, it's just a way of the government trying to let me just pass this. It's just the way of the government trying to raise more taxes so that the country may be stable. And I think that's why other continents are fast growing and stable economically compared to African countries. But I think there are some of the things that usually just you take time. A person like me will be very comfortable with that because I know how economies work nowadays. But if you put that on our grandparents and even parents, they might not be able to understand. So I think we are living free here in Africa. It's like I think it's better because you don't have to be stressed about such things. You just wake up, keep your livestock. You know, living in the village, open eye. It's an eye opening, although it can also be an blinding. Yeah. English is a little bit tough. Yeah. So it can blind you because if you stay in a village for so long, you don't get exposed to the outside things. But if you're someone who has been moving around and come now in a village, you can do a lot of things because you can now see resources everywhere. Someone like me, I usually see resources everywhere. There might be just limitation of maybe capital, but people in the village have a lot of capital, and you know, you get an opportunity also to see things grow old, not only people but plants, animals, things like sheep. You get a chance to see a cow being born. You keep the cow until it grows old and die, so you see a cycle of life. I think that's the most important thing because it gets you closer to nature. Yeah. And you get to learn and see that things grow old. You know, if you're in the city, mostly you are in the house, or maybe you've gone to the store, or maybe if you're bored, you've gone. Other people go to restaurants, other people goes to clubs, other people do recreational activities. Maybe they can go swimming, skydiving, mountain climbing, hiking. But in the village, I think you don't have to do any of that. If you go to the farm for maybe 1 or 2 hours, that's enough hiking for you, because once you are back, you are so tired, you'll just sleep, maybe after eating something. So I think for me, life in the village is so nice, so peaceful. It might be something to do with perspective, but so far I think if I can be in a position to say that, because if you live in, I've lived 2 different lives in the city and now in the village, and I know the village comes with negative, not really negative things, but disadvantages that the city brings, that the city us to its advantage. Things like, when there was a time I did a video and I was saying our village is very fortunate. Now we have our tarmac road. Someone said that Kenyans like using the word tarmac, and the guy wrote paving a road, and I think he's American. For us, we were taught British English in all our life. I think Kenya was colonized by the British, so we adopted their language. But it's not our national language. Our national language is Kiswahili. Yeah. So we just adopted it as a way of communicating with them, because as the world grow, as the world expand, or as people explore the world, you get to learn different languages, different cultures, and that was the first thing I think Africans learned, was the English language that the foreigners brought. So I think because we are mainly speaking British English, which is I think tarmacking is one of them, but paving, I think the guy is American, so he's used to American English, but the difference is quite small, quite negligible. Yeah. In our village, as I was saying, we are very fortunate to have a village with shopping centers. They are not really fully packed like maybe the ones you're used to at your place, but at least we have them. We have primary school, we have secondary school, we have a church, we have a dispensary, we have a police post, though the police post is a little bit some distance, but the rest are just in one place. If you stand at the center of them, you can see them or even point them. So I think as much as we might be disadvantaged because we live in the rural, because in the city you have access to almost anything, good schools, good churches, good shopping malls, even bigger ones. You have access to good security compared to the ones in the village. But I think apart from those, which I think if you're sick, you can still access them, though it might take time because you have to travel to where they are. Apart from maybe those few things, living in the village is so nice, because for now also we have very nice road. Some few days actually we were having a very, very bad road, which I'm so happy that one has changed, because I'm planning also to use it, not as a pedestrian although sometimes I might be a one, but I'm planning to own just a small motorbike that I'll maybe get to move around with and do some few activities with, because I think if you are a certain age, this guy was crying over here. I don't know why he's crying. Yeah, I think if you are in a certain age, there are some things that at least should thrive to have, just to make your life easy. I know maybe our peers in some continents are much far ahead of us. In Africa things are very slow. So for you to see someone having a simple motorbike is a very, very big deal. You guys might not know, but as a person, maybe as an African who has lived in the village, maybe maybe born, I know how it feels when someone even has maybe a small hut. Hut is like Simba is like your first house that you build when you're now a man, and it can be after you've been circumcised, because there are rites of passage. People still practice that, and even beyond Africa. some people do it for health issues, or to prevent some health issues. Some people do it for as a rite of passage. So if you do it, if your culture practice it, once you do it, you're a man, you have to move outside your father's house, so you have to build your own. So once you build even a small single room, it's your house. People really feel proud of that. So being someone like me, understand. So if maybe I compare myself with maybe some peers in other continents, maybe they are far ahead of me, and they might see such things as very small, and maybe to them might not be of a big deal, because you know, in very developed countries, you guys have actually you guys are far ahead of us in almost anything. So maybe I can't really compare, but maybe I can thrive to be like you guys. So our road is, I'm just next to the road. Our road is looking so nice. They have not marked it, because they have to mark the road so that they can separate or divide. There are people on the left and the people driving on the right. I know I don't know how Americans keep, do you guys keep left or right? I don't know. I've never gone to your country or come to your country, but hopefully maybe one day. So because of the noise, let me just return to the compound. I don't know which country keeps left. Is it Germany? No, because you know we have I don't know, let me just say that, because you know Kenya imports German cars also. I don't know if they customize them, because I know if you buy a car in a country that keeps left, the steering wheel is usually on the left side, so you have to customize it and place it on the right side, because you know in Kenya we keep right. Yeah, so I think we'll wait for them, for the guys to mark the road, because they have to. Anyway, we are in Africa, they can still leave it, and people will not complain, because we were not having that tarmac road before. So you'll hardly find someone complaining that you guys have not done this. Just as I was saying earlier, it's a privilege for us just to have it, and you know, we take it as a privilege, yet it's something that we should have, because you know, so we pay. If you use the road, you pay some rates. People, I usually see, I think also for the people driving cars, they pay. You have to insure your car, meaning you have to pay some. The insurance money is part of maintaining the road, I think. Yeah. So I think if they tarmac it, it will be so nice. Yeah. So we won't really complain. I think Africans are the things maybe you guys see over there like as things that are a must and should be done to you. For us, we see them as privileges. So I think my mom together with my sis are still planting, and if I look up, I'm seeing some dark clouds are forming. But you know, since I planted those trees, those seeds of those trees in the seed bed, I've been watering them regardless if it will rain at night, because you know you can't really predict the weather sometimes. So I think I love to water them because the water is already there. I also brought some bags. I think I'm gonna do like 10 bags today. Just plant 10 trees, then I think I'll call it a day. Yeah, so today's vlog was just about speaking with you guys. You know, I've been doing construction videos for the longest time, and yeah, so My grandma's food has just arrived. Boys, ni aterne. Sa. Yes. So today is on my camera da work. Yeah. So you know, we usually live with my grandma in just one person. My grandfather passed around in 2019. So my grandma is alone at her house in front of me, and she has children, my father and my uncles, and also my aunts. So being today is on Wednesday, each Wednesday they usually do for her shopping. So that's why you see the guy on the motorbike usually brings, and because I was just doing video next to her house, she called me and told me to go and pick it for her. So I know also in maybe in other, I see it in Americans usually do it. If you are maybe parents grow old, some of you take them to institutions, I don't know how to call them. Also some of you prefer just to take care of them at home. So for us, we take care of our grandma. Usually my uncles and my aunts, they usually do that. So they bring her food every week on Wednesday. And my grandma usually just eat, they don't give red meat. She eats white meat only. I've never seen them, so which is fish. So I've never seen them buy her meat. So she usually just eat fish and chicken only, not those red meats. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna take it to her. Today was very fun interacting with you guys. So I'll just request you to take care of yourself and be safe, and let's meet in my next video. Bye bye.